Hello and welcome to the latest edition of our mCast. MAHLO is worldwide known as a synonym for Weft Straighteners. We have a quite big portfolio of different type of Weft Straighteners, and among these are also Weft Straighteners for fine-tuned straightening. And today I will show you how you can benefit from using a fine-tuned straightener on a sanforizing line. Come on, let's just jump in. Hello and servus from Bavaria. I'd like to welcome you to today's edition of our webcast called mCast. My name is Thomas Höpfl and I'm working with MAHLO as sales director. If you haven't subscribed to our YouTube channel, this is now the possibility where you can now subscribe and then enjoy all the editions of our mCast then continuously and every 2 weeks again. Today's topic, this is the sanforizing process. The sanforizing process is a very important process. It is coming always at the end of the finishing process for cotton and cotton blend fabrics. It is there in order to stabilize the fabric and to avoid shrinkage afterwards, after the garment was produced. This means in the sanforizing process the shrinkage is taken away. It is happening already intentionally on the machine, and therefore no shrinkage potential is left in the fabric. But still the fabric has to be straight. On the route from beginning till the end of the finishing process, there are many areas where fabric is distorted, where it is corrected, and so also big distortions normally are taken out already at the stenter process. Then the fabric is coming with very little distortion, with no distortion, or with very little distortion to the sanforizing process. And then on the way, the fabric might be distorted already when entering into the sanforizing process. Normally, if there is no possibility to correct the fabric at that point, you only will see these distortions at the final inspection. There it is too late, because you cannot simply correct those distortions at this process. You will have to go back to the stenter frame, which is anyhow bottleneck in your production. It will be very costly. A second stenter passage is always costly, and as I said, it's time consuming, and this will block a lot of other important fabrics to be processed. How is the layout of a standard sanforizing machine? It all starts with the fabric inlet section. Then you have the remoisturing section. This is either a spraying unit or it is a steaming unit. This is very important because you need to have the right moisture content in order to have a proper shrinking process then afterwards. Then it goes to the stenter section, where the fabric width is adjusted. From there it goes into the rubber calander, and from there into the palmer, and then out, and then the process is done. As I explained before, this all has to happen before the shrinkage process, and therefore straightening will be done normally at that position where we can see the Weft straightener here in this picture. Here I have an example. It is installed directly over the chain on the sanforizer. Another possibility is that the machine is working without the stentering field, And then we do the straightening process right in front of the rubber colander. And yeah, this is just to give you this as an extra example. What we are normally using for this purpose is a fine-tuned weft straightener. So we normally do not use there our full-scale roller-type weft straightener, but this fine-tuned straightener. The reason is relatively simple. At that process stage, we expect to have to correct only minor distortions. Like I said before, on the stanter frame, the big distortions are corrected, and now only minor distortions are arriving there. And then such a fine-tuned straightener, which is working with just one skew and one bow roller, is much more suitable because the whole material content inside the machine is smaller, and with this we can react much finer and faster to the distortions. We have the possibility, like on other weft straighteners also, to choose between hydraulic or electric drives for the positioning of the skew and the bow roller. And the system comes also with a very intuitive software which is running all on a 12-inch integrated touchscreen. And also, like on other versions of our weft straighteners, also here you can choose between software version full or a software version base. Which one is the most suitable one? This depends very much on your products mix. You can ask our sales team, and then we will recommend what needs to be done. Here I just have, for those who don't know too much about the straightening process itself, how the principal function of such a weft straightener is. We have skew, we have bow roller, we have a detection system at the exit end. The detection system is seeing the bypassing distortion. Those signals from the scanners are given to the evaluation electronics. The evaluation electronics is creating then the control outputs for the skew and for the bow roller, and reacts always immediately on the finest distortions which are detected. I mentioned before, we can choose between hydraulic drive and electric drives. This again depends very much on your products mix. Please talk with our sales team and we will recommend then what would be the best option for your application. So we have talked about the correction process itself, which is done at that point, and then very often it is a good idea to have a detection system installed at the exit end of the sanforizer, because with such a detection system you will be able to see the quality of the product when it comes to residual distortions. Any residual distortion still on the fabric will be shown on our report, and then this report can be given to your customers. For this we have developed a complete new data management system. There are two versions of it available. We have our mLog, we have our mLog Enhanced. The mLog will give you relatively simple protocols in graphical form, where you can see with one view on the protocol whether all your production was concerning residual distortions within the limits, within the tolerance range which is allowed for the individual qualities. Then we also have the so-called mLog Enhanced. This is, like we say, the enhanced version, where we have already, or also included in the scope, edge server with 2 hard disks, with RAID 2. This means they are synchronizing themselves, and all the data recorded by the mLog are available then also afterwards and you can create your own reports, you can create shift reports, you can create roll reports, you can create for each piece an extra report, and I think this is something which is important to have this data available, because they help to control later on or to optimize the whole process also in the future. Besides the residual distortion, there are also other parameters which are important. I mentioned a few of them already. This is the moisture content before the fabric arrives to the straightening and to the shrinkage unit. We can measure this, and we can also data log this data with our textometer. Then, for sure, it's also important to have the correct residual moisture level after the Palmer. And this, again, we can do with our textometer. For sure, we also can record it. And very often, the customer is very much interested in having the knowledge about the linear density, means how many picks per centimeter were running into the sanforizer and how many picks per centimeter the fabric has when it comes out. What is the linear density at the exit end of the line? And this we can do with those modules. All those modules are integrated into the Weft Straightener. They are part of the Weft Straightener. They are operated via the same screen. They are operated via our integrated 12-inch touchscreen. Yeah, this was what I intended to tell you about our possibilities to support you during your sanforizing processes. If you have questions, please send me an email, then we can discuss further. I mentioned before our YouTube channel, but also our video section on our homepage. Please take a look. Thank you, goodbye, see you next time.